Is God's omniscience circular? If God knows everything because he knows himself, doesn't that just make divine knowledge self-referential, like a loop that proves nothing? It's a fair question. Philosophers often accuse the Christian view of God's knowledge of being circular because Scripture says God's thoughts are the standard of truth itself. But let's unpack that carefully. When we speak of human knowledge, we always appeal to something outside ourselves: evidence, reasoning, testimony. Our knowing is dependent and derivative. But when we speak of God, we're talking about the Creator, not a creature. His knowledge isn't dependent, it's the foundation of all truth. So yes, God's knowledge begins with himself, but that's not circular reasoning, that's necessary self-reference. If God is the ultimate reality, the uncaused cause, the uncreated mind, there is nothing beyond him that he could appeal to in order to prove his knowledge. If he had to look outside himself to know what is true, that outside would be greater than God. That's why the Christian worldview holds that God's knowing himself perfectly is the basis for all truth in the universe. His omniscience isn't a logical flaw, it's what makes logic possible. As Isaiah 46:10 says, he declares the end from the beginning, and from ancient times things not yet done, saying, "My counsel shall stand, and I will accomplish all my purpose." Human reason must appeal to something ultimate. The unbeliever might appeal to reason itself, to science, or to human perception, which are, in the end, circular too. Everyone stands on some foundation that can't be proved by something higher. The difference is that God's self-knowledge is eternal, perfect, and coherent, while ours is finite and fallen. So when we say God knows all things because he knows himself, we're not saying he argues in a circle. We're saying his knowledge is the circle that everything else fits inside. He is the center and circumference of truth. And when you rest in that the God who knows all things also knows you, omniscience stops being abstract philosophy. It becomes comfort. The one who ordains every event also understands every tear. And that's why the Christian worldview doesn't fall apart under the weight of that question. It actually gives meaning to it. Thank you for listening. In a world full of questions, God's truth still speaks. This is Righteous Rebel Apologetics.